All right, reporting here from the patio. It is way too nice to be inside, and I've been cooped up behind spreadsheets and QuickBooks and all that crap for taxes. So I wanted to do this video outside, and this is my YouTube channel, so live with it. No, today we're talking about the iFootage Shark Slider Nano 2. This is the longer version. They have a shorter version. The iFootage did send this out to me free of charge, and I get to keep it, which is super cool of them. But I wanted to talk about this thing because for a lot of us out there, like solo filmmakers, you know, small crews, especially doing like interviews or even like product B-roll, something like this package right here is amazing. It's like you can, there's so much flexibility with it. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is like this setup right here, and not necessarily every menu setting and function and all that of the Shark Slider Nano 2. I want to show you kind of how I use it for capturing B-roll and as a B camera for interviews and all that. So sliders aren't anything new. There's nothing revolutionary about them, and they come in all shapes and sizes, from your little DIY ones that you probably made from PVC or whatever else that you saw on an old Film Riot or Indie Mogul video way back in the day, or all the way up to like a Dana dolly where you've got a bunch of stands and can, you know, hold huge camera packages and stuff. But then there's other sliders, like motorized sliders out there that kind of give you some other functionality. So nothing new about sliders, really. I mean, this is like pretty old tech in the sense of they've been around for a while. But what makes this really cool is the ability to utilize the DJI RS3 and RS4 Pro. So as you can see here, I've got the DJI RS3 Pro, and it comes with this little attachment here, so, and this cable right here, and it comes with some other things, and you know, I'll leave that all in the video. I'm not going to talk about it and waste your time on the video, but you can read all that on the internet. But basically what this little contraption allows for is communication to the actual slider, so you can actually control the positioning and everything of the slider, which is pretty freaking cool. Now, there are multiple ways to power this thing. I prefer an NPF battery. I think that's the cleanest way of doing it, but you can plug in a USB-C or something like that. But I honestly would prefer to just use the NPF battery. These things last quite a long time on the slider. So that would be my recommendation, just to keep the packages, you know, clean as possible. And the cool thing is this NPF battery actually powers the RS3 Pro, so you don't have to run separate batteries for the actual gimbal, which is really cool. So to power it on, you just hold the power button down and the iFootage screen will pop up. Now, this screen is a touch screen, and right now this slider is locked, so I can't move the slider. It's really easy to change that though. All you do is press the power and the function button once, and then that unlocks it. And then this popped me into the video menu. And so this is kind of how you set your different points. So you can set A through H, so a bunch of different points. Typically for like an interview, you'll probably have an A point and a B point. But if you're doing something else that's a little bit more complicated or a little more staged, then you obviously can run through all of those different points here. Now, one thing that is really cool with this right here, and before I actually set up the A points and the B points, as you can see, I've got the focus motor on here to use manual focus, and this actually communicates with the focus motor on the DJI, so that's super cool. So to do that, first of all, we're going to go into here, into settings, focus motor calibration. Since this has hard stops, do that, but if you have a stills lens, then you'll just set it up manually. And then another setting that's can be helpful is the push mode. And all that allows you to do is change the mode, like set the gimbal positioning without having to use the joystick. All right, so to show you how easy it is to set up, you got this screen here. So first of all, I'm gonna clear out everything that's been there. If you click the X on point A, it'll clear A through, well, it'll clear out all the points, so just keep that in mind. So let's just say like this is point A right here, and then all you do to go to point B is you move your gimbal first, you set the focus point, and let's like set that. So then we go over here, click B, and then there's a clock in between, and that clock is like the total loop time. So I've got this on a loop right now. So I think it defaults at 15 seconds. So that's 7.5 seconds to go from point A to point B. So I guess for this, it'll be fine. So I don't even think you can see the screen right here, but essentially we have the A point, B point right here. And then if I click standby, you can see it goes into its first position. Okay, so I'm going to hit record. And then right here, just click start. And then you can see it moving, and you can see the focus wheel is actually focusing the lens as well. So right here is the screen. Well, you probably can't even see what it looks like right now, but here's the screen. At the very bottom, it says end. Right above that, it says loop. So you can turn the loop on and off. So if I were to click end right here and then click end again, it basically just stops the slider wherever it was right when you click end. And then if you click standby, then it'll bring it back to its original spot. All right, well, I ran out of battery on the cinema camera 6K full frame because I just had a shoot, so haven't charged the batteries yet. But say you want to be done with your endpoints and you want to clear everything out. Instead of going to the individual ones, all you have to do is just go to the A, click the X, and then hit confirm, and then that clears everything out. So like another really useful way of utilizing this slider is something like this. Pretend this is like a B cam, and you kind of just get this nice parallax shot, especially if you're using a camera like the R5 II or FX3 that's smaller but has really good autofocus. This is a really way to get a really nice looking dynamic B camera shot that looks nice and smooth, looks really professional, and it's just something that is kind of adds more production value to your shoots, and something that your client is just going to be really impressed with when you show them this in the edit or if you show them on the screen. And what's really cool is like it's pretty autonomous. Like once you set it up, and it's kind of like set it and forget it, and as long as your camera has battery, which my other camera battery died, then you're pretty good to go. There's no long cables that you're having to run. And it is so quick and easy to set up. And that was like one of the things that when I was setting, I guess I'll look at the camera now. One of the things that I was like, when I was looking into this was like, if this is not something that I can set up in less than 5 minutes for a shoot, then it's not something that I'm going to bring, because I don't want to waste my time setting something up and waste my client's time setting something up if it's going to take 15 or 20 minutes to set up. This takes, like, now that I know how to do it and set everything up, it literally takes like, as long as the gimbal's balanced and everything. I mean, balancing the gimbal with setting this up takes less than 5 minutes. And for me, that is worth the extra 5 minutes of setting up just on a tripod to have a nice dynamic shot looking like this. So, yeah, definitely didn't go over all the tech specs and everything and all the functionality of this slider, but I just wanted to talk about how I personally have used and will use this slider in my productions. So thank you for watching, and thank you for ifootage for sending this out. And yeah, I'll leave links in the description below if you want to pick this thing up. And yeah, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, peace.